embracing their fellow neighbor, embracing the oh-la-las and the oh-no-nos, embracing the fertile grounds to grow from the ground up, going, flowing, showing what life looks like when you swing it around. Again and encore and all that. To those who dare embrace their perfectly imperfect selves and simply be. Be a Brusseler. Be a Bruxellois. Be a Bruxelaar. Brussels comes with a different point of view. Listen, maybe we're not the perfect city for everyone, but to those who dare our rain or shine, exploring our many paths so divine, tearing things apart.
Hello, everyone. Okay, everyone. I'm going to talk about a specific topic: fall prevention, fall detection. During your lunch, enjoy. No, you go ahead, please. Not worry. So I'm going to present to you. You seem to be interested in the topic. So the company is called MINT, which means Medical Intelligent Technology. So our vision is to develop technological solutions to make the life of patients more safe, but also the life of caregivers easier. That's really important for us. And I'm going to start with showing you a couple of things, and don't give an explanation, but I think you'll understand very quickly. Let you check that. I think it's pretty clear. And you have to know that happens on average 400 times per year in every nursing homes in Europe and probably everywhere in the world. So those situations are really, really happening a lot. So there is something to do about that, right? What's important to understand as well is that most of those situations are unknown from the caregivers. The reason is that the nursing team has too much work. They cannot be everywhere every time. So those situations are mostly unnoticed. And that's a real problem. So, the full situation like that has a lot of consequences, of course, on the person, but also on the caregiver teams. That causes a lot of stress, that costs a lot of money, obviously. So what that graphic is showing is that we all have that interest in investing in prevention in general, not only on curative solution, but also on prevention solution. Just to explain you what it is about. So this is the time passing, and this is your quality of life. What really matters is the quality of life, right? And of course, when you're growing older, your quality of life decreases. If you invest a lot in prevention, you will preserve your quality of life. If you do nothing, your quality of life is decreasing. And what's really important to understand is that the fall, so what you've just seen before, is the starting point of a fast degradation of your quality of life. And that area here is actually the cost for the institution, for the nursing home, for the person, for the entire society. That costs us a lot of money. So we all have the interest in investing in fall prevention. So just to give you an overview of what we're talking about in terms of who can benefit from that kind of prevention, it's a lot. So you see here long-term care beds, so meaning nursing homes, but also geriatric services in hospitals. So every services that host persons for a longer period. And what you see here are all the beds for persons at home over 65 years old that can benefit from that kind of prevention. So it's a lot of persons. So you all know that the global population is growing older very fast. Everywhere in the world, specifically in Japan, that's even worse, where the global population in Japan is actually going down. So they have that challenge to solve. And in the 60s there was the baby boom, right? And now we are going to the puppy boom. All the persons who grew up or was born around the 50s, they are getting old. And that's a lot of persons that are growing old right now. So we have to take care of all those persons. The second point here is that with all those new technologies that like artificial intelligence, Internet of Things, deep learning, cloud computing, those technologies today are really mature. So it's time to use them to address that fall problematic. And the third point here is that there are a lot of solutions on the market for fall prevention, fall detection, but they are really not efficient. When you're talking about wristwatch or necklaces and stuff like that based on accelerometers, they are not efficient. That's uncomfortable for the person. That doesn't really work well. And that's a lot of work, additional work for the nursing team as well, because they have to take care of those devices. So it's time to actually have a new solution, which would be a non-contact solution, so not on the person, a solution which is non-invasive, so preserving the privacy, obviously. I'll go here. With the highest detection rate, but as important as the highest detection rate is to make sure that it's not sending wrong or false alerts, because nurses and the care team, they have other things to do that just run around for a wrong reason. It needs to be a 24/7 solution, of course. And very important, it also has to provide more insights to the care team to understand why the person fell and what happened after, so they can really take decisions and concrete actions to minimize the risk of falling. Of course, it needs to be easy to use, easy to install, and of course, not too expensive. So that's really what is needed right now to address that fall problematic. So there are solutions like that, on the market, such as ours, obviously, which is a standalone depth sensor. So it's not a camera, so it preserves the anonymity of the person, which is fully independent. So using AI, we can detect really every situation of fall. So really the number one is to make sure that someone is falling, that person will get help as fast as possible. Because the longer the person will stay on the floor, the more severe the consequences will be. So it's really important to get and help the person as fast as possible. Of course, it's important to minimize the risk of falling, and it's very important to give those new information to the nursing team to understand what happened. So this is an example of those depth sensors, the raw information coming from the sensors. It's not images, so it's fully anonymous by nature, which is really good. Oh, come on, sorry. But nevertheless, that information is very rich in terms of information. Like we know the distance of each object, so that provides that gives the ability to be very precise in self-detection and not send wrong alerts. Yeah. So the fall issue is not only happening in hospitals and nursing homes, as you know. One of the big society challenges right now is to try to keep the autonomy of all the seniors at home, so they can have a quality of life at home in a secured environment. And really the number one reason of seniors going to nursing homes is a fall at home. So tackling that issue also in the home environment is really important. And you see the figures here. You know, of course we cannot avoid all the falls, but 2/3 of the falls can be avoided or much more well detected. So that's an important point. Of course, another challenge with that kind of technology is to make sure that it fully preserves the anonymity of the person. So in Europe we have that framework, which is the GDPR that you probably all know, which is actually a very, very good framework to preserve that autonomy. That comes with a lot of challenges, but once the solution respects all those rules, that's an excellent guarantee for the person to be in control of the information, their own privacy. So here is a quick presentation of our solution, indeed, that address all those issues. So this is a standalone device installed very easily in a room, nursing home or at home. Will automatically detect and send alerts to the person in charge. Can be the nurse, obviously, in the nursing home, but can be a family member, can be anyone who's in charge of the person. And to make sure that the help will come as soon as possible. And in addition, it will provide, as you've seen the video at the beginning of the presentation, why and how the person has fallen. So the technology is one thing. The other important thing is how to access those information in the easiest way. And again, with the cloud-based solution, that becomes really easy. All those information can be directly integrated in the care provider IT system, in the electronic patient file, in other type of interfaces where all those alerts can be gathered and easily managed by one single person. Very easy to use, very easy to install, very easy to deploy. A key point for us also is to make sure that it's as easy as possible for the nursing team. Again, you know, the nurses, they have so many things to do. They're alone for more than 40% during the night, so that really needs to ease their their work, to decrease the stress they have. So there is nothing worse for a nurse to not know what she's going to find in the room when she's entered the room. Here at least the fall situation are under control, if I may say so. Of course, efficiency is important. So in our case, we have the chance of having done a lot of clinical studies, but also we have a lot of deployment on the field. So we get information both from scientific studies, but also from the field, from the ground. And we achieve a very, very high level of, well, that's a bit technical. The predictive positive value means when there is an alert, it means that there is really a fall happening. That value here means when there is no alert, it means that nothing happens. That's really important. And this is interesting as well in the sense that we've noticed that with the system, actually the nurse are more aware of the fall problematic, and so the fall declaration are going up as well, which is really good. So this is our interface, again, easy to use, easy to integrate, but I won't spend a lot of time here. I just wanted to finish with an important point, which is the best proof of a working system is how much it's adopted by professionals. And we have the chance at Mint that we have the trust of both university, hospitals, nursing homes, service flats. Now we're starting working with a home care provider as well. We're on the market since a few years now, and so the renewal, the contract renewal are there. So meaning that really it has been adopted by the care professionals. It's entering really the way of taking care of the patient, and that for us that's really the best proof that we are adding value to them, and that we are really helping to provide a better care for our seniors. And that's it for me. Okay. Any questions? Is that clear for everyone? It's all good. You have a question?
It's a bit of a provocative question, but I was wondering what would be the added value of this system compared to an existing system, which is, for example, the fact that elderly people are wearing bracelet, and when they fall, it gives. So, could you compare the two?
So, thank you for the question. I'll just repeat the question to make sure. So, what's the added value of such a system compared to a wearable solution, right? Okay. So, first, a wearable solution is really uncomfortable for the person. So seniors, it's like, okay, telling everyone, okay, I'm old, I have a problem. So that's number one. Number two, so the seniors, usually they remove those devices during the night, right? And 50% of the falls happen during the night. So if they're not wearing them, just doesn't work. Third, those wearable devices that has been demonstrated are really not efficient in terms of detection. It misses a lot of falls, and it sends a lot of false alerts, which is really killing for the caregiver team and for the person as well, obviously. And last, it doesn't give any context to the fall, right? Even though you're getting an alert, the nurse just doesn't understand what happened. Here with such a system, there is that context. You understand what's happened, what happens before, what happens after, and so you can really take action on how to make sure that doesn't happen anymore, right? Okay. No more questions? Okay, but thank you very much, everyone. Who's next? Ah voilà.
Je ne suis pas sûr.
D'accord. Ah voilà.
You are next. Tout à fait. En tout cas, c'est ma présentation. We are online, hein, vous êtes tous rediffusés.
Hello. Okay. My name is Bastien. I'm a co-founder and CBO of SatoChip. We are a company based in Belgium. A bit, okay. And today I will present you a solution to store and manage your cryptocurrencies. So, Bitcoin, I'm sure you've heard of this. It's 21 million units, no more, no less. Designed to be completely open source and decentralized, Bitcoin is a free-to-access monetary system, and Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies will surely change the way you see the modern economy. But there is a big problem. How can you use something you can't even touch? I mean, how can you trust something you can't see based on this complex technology called the blockchain? It's a fact. Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies can seem a bit difficult to use on a daily basis. As my mom used to say, she doesn't understand Bitcoin because she can't even touch it. In fact, in this crypto ecosystem, you have two choices when it's time to use your cryptocurrencies. In one hand, you have all the software wallet. It could be a desktop wallet, but also a mobile wallet. Software solutions are really easy to use, and they are also free to use. I mean, just grab your phone, download a Bitcoin wallet on your smartphone, and you are good to go starting with this new technology. In the other hand, you have complex hardware solutions that are perfectly designed to store your Bitcoin. It's called a hardware wallet. In these devices, you have the top-notch security to store your private key that are the representation of your Bitcoin. But these devices are really complex to use for newcomers and also really expensive. So in this ecosystem, there is no in-between solution that will help you to safely store your cryptocurrencies, but also have all the advantages of the mobile solution. Here we fill the gap. We choose the smart card to allow you to safely store your cryptocurrencies inside the chip and be able to use it on a daily basis. I mean, you can use it with your mobile because smart cards are equipped with NFC antenna, meaning you just have to tap the card on the back of your phone and you can spend your Bitcoin or any other cryptocurrencies. Smart cards are perfectly designed to store cryptographic key pairs. Because of the secure chip, we see an EAL6 secure element. And last but not least, it has a small form factor, a well-known form factor. I mean, if you want to start with a new technology, it could be great to use such a device because you already know how to use it, and you know this device because everyone in the world has a bank card. Here at SatoChip, we provide different software and hardware solutions based on these smart cards. Our goal is to assist you in your crypto journey. If you want to store your Bitcoin, you can use our cold storage called SatoChip. If you just want to hold some specific password related in this complex ecosystem, you can use our password manager, which is called SeedKeeper. And last but not least, we have developed a wallet, a cold storage solution based on a smart card that will act as a gift card. It's called SatoDime. With SatoDime, you have a mobile application that allows you to create a Bitcoin wallet in just 2 clicks. You just have to tap the card on the back of the phone. With 2 clicks, you can generate a new Bitcoin wallet, and you have a QR code where you can deposit your Bitcoin. It's really easy to use and also really easy to share with friends, family, to onboard them into the crypto ecosystem. We are a small company from Belgium. My name is Bastien, and I have my colleague Baudouin, who is in charge of all the technical part. We have a background in IT and also in cryptographic. Baudouin has made his PhD under the direction of Jean-Jacques Quisquater, which is a famous guy mentioned in the Bitcoin white paper. And we are in the crypto ecosystem since 2015. We started back in that days with MVP. It was like a side project. And since then, we build on top of Bitcoin and the smart card to provide you affordable security solution. We would like to target the European market to catch at least 1% of this growing market, because cryptocurrencies is really an active and growing ecosystem, not only in Belgium but also in Europe and all around the world. And first, we would like to target the European market, Australian market, but also the American market. Our customers are mainly people that are already involved in cryptocurrencies, but we are also looking for people that want to learn more about Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies. That's why we are trying to offer a solution that can be used in conjunction with your mobile and that is really easy to use on a daily basis. In Belgium, we have a really exciting ecosystem. We can be proud of it. Just last year in Belgium, we have seen 3 big companies that are really active in the Bitcoin and crypto ecosystem. Engrave raised 6 million euro in January last year. We have Settlemint that I think are already here at VivaTech that raised 16 million, and Keyrock, which is a cryptocurrencies market maker, that raised 72 million. So it's a business pitch deck. The idea is to also raise money and help us to grow fast and target our market. So it might be your opportunity as an investor to invest in such a company like us. We have 3 marketable products and 2 mobile applications. We are selling the product worldwide. And we have an early traction with an existing community with more than 10,000 followers. Thank you. Do you have any question? Question.
So, thank you for the presentation. You said your card was NFC, enabling NFC. If someone is able to just stall it one moment, download the app, tap on his phone, and then access your key pairs, how can you handle this?
So that's a good question. When you deal with NFC, there is a big question: how to avoid someone to steal your card content just by scanning the card. We have implemented a security feature called the owner right, meaning only the first person who scanned the card with his phone is the true owner of the card. After that, if you want to give the card to someone else, you have to release this ownership. It will avoid someone just to scan the card and steal the content. And for our other product, the card is also protected by a PIN code, meaning even if someone scans the card, he will not be able to access it without the PIN code. Je ne sais pas qui est le suivant. Who is next?
Ouais, parce que je me demandais en fait.
Non, mais c'est effectivement une des questions qu'on a régulièrement. Ouais. C'est comment éviter de juste scanner la carte. Ouais. Donc on a mis toute une sécurité en place, justement pour éviter.
Et après, il y a un deuxième problème. C'est que si vous mettez ce système en place, mettons que j'ai mon téléphone. Ouais. Je scanne la carte comptabilise un scan et je perds mon téléphone. Ouais. Je n'ai pas peur.
Alors, on part du principe que ces attaques, ce type d'attaque, c'est le suivant, non?
Ça marche comme ça.
Good luck.
Merci, tu avances.
Next, et rouge, back.
Hello everyone, I'm Anton Joseph. Thank you for having me. So today I'm going to present you Gambit, the wealth management platform for the financial sector. So first, let's do a quick update on the financial markets. So there is different challenge on the financial sector, which is, first of all, the profitability is under pressure. Costs are higher and higher, and people need to invest. So as I'm saying, yeah, operation costs and high and saving are more and more important. The regulation is binding. Since 2008, we count with my colleague, there is like a dozen of regulation. And lack of trust, obviously. The Gen Z, the millennials, we see that they don't really trust the traditional banks and traditional insurance. So the result is there is a huge impact, which is, first of all, as I told you, the profitability is reducing, but the saving is rising. In a sense, a couple of stats, like for example, in France, there is 100 billions of saving of money that is not investing, that are in cash account not investing, which is a huge cost for the bank. And as I told you, for the millennials, like from 8 out of 10 millennials doesn't really trust the traditional banks. They prefer to invest on crypto, and so on. So as I'm telling you, like with the rise of the neobanks, of the fintechs, it's like the competition is moving fast. And so the traditional banks and the insurance need to transform themselves. A couple of references that we have done with these clients. So for example, Natixis, which is part of BPCE, we help them to create a new digital investment stream. And in result, they increase of 39% of investment in risk-free products. AXA has a conversion rate of 79% during an investment session. And for example, neobank in Netherlands, they didn't have any investment stream, for example, and so we help them to build this investment stream. And it turns that 50% of their users are transformed in investors. So actually, it was a pretty good success commercially. So it's definitely time to act for the banks, in the insurance, and asset manager. So what do we do? Gambit, it's a platform. We are a fintech, so we are completely a tech company that we develop a platform that will help insurance, banks, and asset managers to develop their investment stream. How is it composed? So you have a couple of modules that will cover the process end-to-end from the onboarding until the investment proposition, that everything you need actually for making an investment stream. Either you do it for the financial advisor and we build the tools for the advisor, either we can do it in self-care, because more and more people are using their mobile phone for doing everything. Why not investing with your mobile phone? So we can also do that. Platform technology-wise is flexible. It's API-based. We are in the cloud. Obviously, a lot of traditional banks still want to do on-premise, so we can do both. But the trend is obviously to go on cloud and with API. And yeah, in the cloud, as I told you. So a little bit more information about our time to market. So as I told you, we can do both, but traditionally, back in the time, like 2010 and so on, it was like long project. You know, when you want to implement a new software, it was long. It costs a lot of money, like millions of euros. And as you know, the trend is evolving and everything is evolving faster and faster. It's not anymore the good thing to do. So when you want to do it by yourself, it takes like 12 to 18 months. It's really not, as the financial market is moving a lot now and faster, is not really adequate. The typical integrated project right now we can see is more about 6 to 9 months, but still, I mean, we can do better. And so with Gambit, finally, with our platform, API-based platform, we can do in 2 to 3 months. That means we have all the API, we just have to connect to the core system of the banks or insurance, and then you make the investment stream. So obviously, faster you are, faster you have a ROI, and lower you have your TCO, and so on. A few references. So we work a lot in Belgium, French, and Luxembourg markets. So we work with Beobank, where we have developed their full investment stream. So they say how much we are good with that. And from bank, as I told you, which was very good success because bank is a neobank where they didn't have any, let's say, skills in terms of investment stream. They don't have the competencies and so on. And so what we do, we completely externalize their investment stream. So we give the technology, but we also did take care of the operation of everything. So it happened that banks has a larger offer, and as I told you, it converts 50% of their customers into investors, which is a pretty good result. So I finished my presentation. What we can do now, we are just there. Either we can, for those who are interested, we can give you some use case that we have done, or also, obviously, we can give you a demo of what the product is done. Thank you. Any question? One, two. No question?
So for your product, do you integrate it and you brand it as the banks or the financial advisor, or is it still your product? Like, is it white labeled or white labeled?
Yeah, so basically we are white labeling everything. So we giving the technology. We don't take care of the front. So basically we give the investor profiling module, we do the portfolio optimization modules and so on, and we connect to the front of the back of or in the insurance or asset manager. Other question? No one? Thank you. Son? Just came to this. Okay. Thank you.